Welcome to VBC Training Online. My name is Gail. I work in children's ministry, and I have the privilege and joy of being responsible for Vacation Bible Camp. First of all, I want to say thank you for signing up to be a volunteer. We really appreciate all the people that do sign up to volunteer because we could not do this camp without you. And second of all, thank you for taking the time to watch this short video to get a few tips and tricks on what you'll need to know about the classroom. If you're watching this video, that means you signed up to help out in either kindergarten, first or second grade the week of VBC. So let's get started. The most important thing you'll find is your information packet. If you haven't picked it up yet, please make plans to get to the church as soon as you can to pick it up. They're in a box right now by the original red slide in the kids' core area. It'll have your name on it. The color of the file represents the color of the classroom you're helping out in. So it'll have your name, the grade, the room number you're assigned to. When you open it up, one of the first things you'll find is the classroom volunteer contact information. So it'll have a listing of all the other volunteers that are assigned to the same room and contact information, their phone numbers and their email addresses. So hopefully you guys are getting together real soon to make plans for VBC. There's a lot to get divided up and figure out what you're going to do so you're ready for those kids on that first day. So that's an important piece of information. The second thing in there is the Jesus and Me plan for the week. So if you haven't noticed already, our theme is Jesus and Me. We kind of tailored it after the movie Wonder, if you've seen that or not. It's about a young boy named Augie. And there's a second book in the series, and it's called Augie and Me. So that's where we got the title, For Jesus and Me, Choose Kind. We're really excited about the theme. The whole week is about kindness. But this page will kind of give you what the stories are for each day, what the point is, and also we're going to have a precept every day. It's kind of a rule to live by. So you'll have all that laid out for you so you know what's coming. The second thing in here is classroom information. So I'm just going to go over a little bit this with you real quick. You can read it all on your own. But the first most important thing is setup day is on June 10th from 1 to 4. So we're hoping anyone that's assigned to a classroom in kindergarten, first or second grade would try and show up sometime between 1 and 4. Plan that with your other classroom volunteers and pick a time that works for you. You'll want to come, you'll want to get the door decorated so the kids will know that it's your classroom. A lot of people will do pictures of the kids the first day and put something on the door that lists all their names, so every day they get to come back and they can see who their friends are in their classroom. And anything else you need to do to set the room up. For instance, most of these classrooms are used for adults right now in the evening, so they'll be set up with big chairs and a kind of a big rectangle. If that is not how you want your room set up, you can change it any way you want to. You can raise or lower the tables, you can move the tables out of the way and have kids sit on the floor. Whatever you want to do, you have freedom to do that. Now there are a couple classrooms that will be used Sunday evening for Sunday school. If you have one of those classrooms, we'll let you know, so you won't be able to do that kind of arrangement to your classroom at that point. So setup is going to be really important. Also in setup that day, we'll give you the rest of your supplies, and we'll give you your classroom notebook, which I'll talk about in a second, and your final roster. So real important to be here on that day. Final rosters, we'll probably send a first draft roster to you sometime the week before, just to make sure, like if you're supposed to be with your own child, that your child is in that classroom, just to make sure we didn't make any of those mistakes. But we won't finalize it until probably Friday and print it out for you on Sunday because there's still a lot of moving parts. People are canceling, people are getting added. We made mistakes, we didn't put your own kid in your classroom, so we're trying to get that done before you would make any permanent things like printing out name tags or anything like that. So hold off for the final roster until Sunday at setup. This says, teachers make name tags for campers. Yes, I kind of mentioned that already. You will be responsible for making name tags for all your campers. We got lots of options. You can you can get from us some labels and you can print off a name tag every day for your kids and just slap it on them, and that's fine. We have lots of lanyards that were left over from Leadership Institute, the big things that go around your neck with the clips. If you'd like to use that, just let me know. We also have clip-on badges that you can clip on them every day. So whatever you want to do, that's fine, but just know you are responsible for making the name tags for your kids. Now for all the volunteers, adults and youth, we will make a name tag for you. It'll come on a lanyard, and those will be in your classrooms on setup day. Purchasing materials. We will purchase almost all the materials you'll need for your classroom, but there might be a few things you'll want, especially for decorations and that kind of thing. So you have a classroom budget of $30 to spend. Most important thing to remember about that is you need original receipts and you need to turn them in. There'll be a little form we'll give you during VBC that you need to turn in before the end of the week to get reimbursed for that. So don't forget that. Second page talks about classroom notebook, and I'll get to that in a minute. What time do I need to arrive each day? Camp starts at 12:30, but you know, a lot of parents are getting here early. We would love to have 2 volunteers in every classroom by 12:15 at the very latest every day. We have to have 2 unrelated people in a room before we can start letting kids get into the classroom. So if you have kids of your own that you're checking into another grade, try and work it out with your other volunteers to see who can be there at 12:15. If everyone has kids to drop off, maybe you take turns holding your kids in the classroom before you drop them off. But if we could get people here by 12:15, doesn't mean you have to start letting people into your room if you want to be getting stuff set up, but you need to be ready to go at 12:30. And the children, like I said, we don't know for sure what time they're arriving, but some of them will get here early, so just to be ready for them. There's a few other things in here, some room management ideas. Missions offering. We will be collecting money for missions again this year. There will be a video, and you'll get materials that tell you exactly what it is. It's our 3rd year sponsoring the Long Wesley School. But for your classrooms, we will provide this little container for the kids on Monday. It's generic, it can be completely white like this, so you can have them decorated if you want to, write their names on it for sure. You'll send it home with them every day, and hopefully they'll bring it back every day with some of their change that they've collected or they've gotten from their parents, or maybe from doing chores. However they choose to bring it. We're hoping they'll bring it back every day. You will be responsible, though, for creating a collecting plate or a bucket or a basket or something for all of them to dump their money in. So every day when they'll come, they'll put the money into whatever your collection thing is, and you will hold on to that. And when you move with your classroom to our big drama and music event that's held in the sanctuary, you will bring that money with you, and there will be people there that will be collecting it. Classroom supplies. All your supplies will be in your classroom for you. The curriculum, we'll talk about that in a second. The curriculum will tell you what is going to be provided and what you will need to provide. But things like pencils and pens, if you need glue or scissors or tape, any of that stuff, we will be providing that, and it'll be in your classroom, so you don't need to worry about any of those kind of supplies. Every child will get a journal, and I thought I had a copy of it. Yes, I do, right here. Every child will get a journal. This is an example from a couple of years ago. It's just a little booklet, and it has several pages for each day. It has some fun things for them to do, some time fillers. So this is something you might want to hand out at the beginning of the day when they're doing it. Make sure they all get their name in it. But it has word cross puzzles. It has things that go along with each day's theme. So that'll be a handy tool for you to help fill time when you need it each day in the classroom. Let's see, where are we on? Snack, ooh, yum. Snack will be Snack will be delivered to your classroom every day. We already have a list of kids whose parents have registered them so they have an allergy. So we're real cognizant of kids that have allergies. We'll have nothing that has peanuts. We're pretty careful about the gluten, but we will provide a gluten-free snacks for those who registered ahead of time and said it. But otherwise, your snack will be delivered to the classroom every day, and then you will choose what time you want to serve it. You'll have everything you need to do that. And there will be enough for the adults and the youth volunteers to have some also. Which brings up youth volunteers. I just want to say we could not do this without our youth. And you youth that are watching this, just again, appreciate all that you're doing for us. But for you adults out there, I want to make sure you understand that these kids are signing up because they want to serve. Make sure you're using them. Some of them are already helping out in Sunday school on a weekly basis. There are a few of them are actually running classrooms by themselves. So just because they look younger and they're smaller doesn't mean they aren't capable. Some of them are doing a lot more than you would ever imagine. So talk amongst yourself, figure out what everyone's easy or comfortable doing, and let them choose what they want to do. But youth volunteers, there's a whole list of things that they should and shouldn't do. They should never be in a one-on-one situation with a child, just to make sure that doesn't happen. Nobody should ever be in a classroom alone with a child, and that's youth included. A lot of times volunteers like to have the youth take the kids to the bathroom, and that's fine, but you can never send one youth with the children. It has to be 2 people taking the kids to the bathroom at the same time. Anyway, those are just some things to think about. Did someone call housekeeping? What happens if something gets spilled or there's some kind of accident in the classroom? Well, this year we're going to have 2 information booths, for both entrances. So if something happens, you need anything, that's where you can head down. There'll always be someone there staffed. There's first aid kits down there. If you have a sick child, someone that we need to call their parent and have someone come pick them up, that's where you're going to head straight to the information booth. If you don't have the right supplies, that's where you'll want to come. Anything you need, we'll have people at the information booth that can help you. When Friday arrives, you need to clean up your classroom and kind of leave it how you found it. So anything that you brought in, you need to make sure you take out. We will ask for your help collecting the supplies that we gave you. We'll have a collection area where you can drop all that stuff so we're not having to hit every classroom. You will need to take any decorations off the door. If you happen to decorate a bulletin board, if your classroom has that, you are welcome to leave that up. And we can leave that up for the summer. But everything else needs to be cleaned up and ready to go for Sunday school the next day. So that's the classroom information. There's one other page, it's called the Overview of Safety Policies and Procedures, and I would strongly recommend that you read over those, but it's just talking about what is appropriate discipline, no physical contact, and the bathroom procedure, which I kind of already talked about. You won't have any kids that need diapers changed, thank goodness for that, so you don't have to worry about that part of it. And the other side of your folder is all your curriculum. So we have Monday through Friday's curriculum in there if you want to pull it out and you want to take a look at it. And so it'll tell you exactly how your day is laid out, what your schedule is. This side, if you can see this, it has all the provided materials. So these are the things that we will already have in your classroom for you. And this is what you'll supply. So for on Monday, you're going to supply name tags for your kids, door decorations, a large container to collect admissions money in each day, and a backpack or bag with random items in it. And that goes along with one of the lessons in here. So you'll want to read that and see. You'll talk amongst your other volunteers and say who has a bag or backpack that we can use and collect the items that make sense with that lesson plan. So every day you'll have that. All that is ready for you to be picked up. So the other thing I wanted to mention is the class binder. So every classroom will get one binder. You'll get it on setup day. It'll have your class name. This is a blue kindergarten, has the room number, and it has a lot of important information in it. It will have your final class roster. This is where you'll take attendance every day. So as the kids come in, you're going to check off that they're here. This attendance roster will also mention if they have any allergies or food allergies, so you'll know if they have any of that stuff or anything else that you'll need to know about the child. It'll also have another set of the curriculum in case you accidentally left yours at home. It'll have class rotation. It'll have a teacher note. Every day we'll drop off a teacher note because sometimes things change, like a curriculum. We realize we're missing a piece of something, so we'll let you know, oh my gosh, today substitute this for that. So you'll look for that teacher note every day and then put it in your notebook so you'll have it with you. We'll have all the safety issues in here, and then we'll have maps of the buildings because you'll be traveling around a little bit and you'll want to know where things are and where your classroom is located. On the back side, this will be real handy too, it's the rotation schedule. Every day you'll rotate to a different station. There are 4 of them. There is recess, which is a monitored playground area basically. There is admissions rotation where the kids will go and make admissions projects to give to our partner schools. There's a recreation station, and that is more of a structured play where they'll have games and stuff for the kids to play. And the craft rotation where they'll make a craft that they get to take home with them. And then on Friday, everyone does the same thing. We have a shaving cream party out on the grassy area. But all of those 4 rotations are located in different areas. And just because you're in a kindergarten classroom and kindergarten classrooms on either side of you does not mean you're all going to the same rotation. So it's really important to pay attention to where your class is going and not just follow the room next to you. So like this kindergarten, there's 3 different kindergarten classrooms that are using the same rotation. Monday they're going to recess, Tuesday they're going to admissions, Wednesday they're going to recreation, and Thursday they're going to craft. So that's how you'll know exactly where you're going each day. Let's see, have I forgotten anything? Oh yes, when you're planning for your classroom, you want to plan for between 20 and 24 kids. So to be safe, let's plan for 24. Your budget is $30, you have the notebook. If you have any questions, you can call or email Gail Gunnarsson at core.org. And we are just so grateful that you signed up to help, and we look forward to seeing you at VBC. Thanks so much, and have an awesome day.